King Charles just made a decision that shocked the entire palace. He welcomed Prince Harry to Highgrove House for a private family reunion. Meghan was there. Archie and Lilibet were there. For the first time in 4 years, the king spent time with his grandchildren. It was warm. It was welcoming. It was a moment of healing that palace staff didn't expect to see. But there was one person who chose to be somewhere else entirely. One person who made a deliberate decision to stay away. Prince William attended a charity polo match on the same day, at the exact same time. And according to palace insiders, that absence was completely intentional. This is the moment the royal family fractured in a new way. This is the story of why William refused to show up. Before we get into what palace sources are saying about William's choice, hit subscribe. You won't want to miss where this goes next. Let's start with what actually happened at Highgrove House on July 17th, 2026. King Charles extended an invitation to Prince Harry, not through lawyers, not through press releases, a genuine personal invitation from a father to his son. Harry accepted immediately. Meghan confirmed she would attend. The couple brought their 2 children, Archie, Lilibet, the grandchildren Charles hadn't seen in years. The reunion was private, no photographers, no official announcements beforehand, just family. According to palace staff who spoke to the Mirror, the atmosphere was warm. Harry's team told outlets the meeting was energizing and positive. Charles spent time with his grandchildren. Real time, not rushed, not awkward, genuine family moments that palace insiders described as the closest thing to peace the family has shown in months. This was Charles doing what he's been trying to do for 18 months. Heal the rift, bridge the gap, get the family talking again. But here's where the story takes a turn. On that exact same day, Prince William had a choice to make. According to palace sources, William was never invited to the Highgrove reunion. That's documented. That's confirmed. But William also had the option to acknowledge what was happening, to show support for his father's attempt at reconciliation, to signal that maybe, just maybe, the family could find a path forward. Instead, William chose the polo match. The West Country Polo Club charity event. Horses, matches, crowds. William attended. He was present. He was visible. He was deliberately, conspicuously somewhere other than Highgrove House. And according to multiple palace sources who spoke to the Daily Mail and the Express, that decision wasn't accidental. It wasn't a scheduling conflict. It was a statement. So what does that statement mean? According to palace insiders, it means William is drawing a line, a hard line, and he's telling everyone exactly where he stands. The Mirror reported that palace staff were reluctant to even host Harry during this reunion. There was resistance. There was tension. Staff members who've served the royal family for decades were uncomfortable with Harry's presence. That's sourced. That's documented. Multiple outlets confirm this. But here's what makes William's absence even more significant. Palace sources told the Daily Mail that William's influence over palace staff hasn't diminished. If anything, it's stronger. William is the future king. He's the heir. Staff members know where their loyalty will eventually need to lie. And when the future king stays silent about a family event, that silence is loud. One palace correspondent told The Telegraph that William's polo match attendance sends a message: the rift is not healed, the rift is not healing, and William does not approve of reconciliation attempts that exclude him from the conversation. Think about that for a moment. Charles is trying to reach out. Charles is trying to include Harry. Charles is trying to show his grandchildren that family matters more than palace politics. But William is saying, I'm not part of this and my absence is intentional. According to royal insiders, this creates a fracture, not between Harry and William. That rift is old news. This fracture is between Charles and William, between the aging king who wants peace and the future king who wants protection of his own boundaries. Royal watchers who cover the family told outlets this could escalate. William's statement through absence might force Charles to choose keep trying to reconcile with Harry or support his son's position that reconciliation isn't possible right now. But the reunion at Highgrove didn't happen in a vacuum. There was a conflict first, a dramatic conflict that shows you exactly why William made the choice he did. According to the Daily Mail, Harry's team was originally invited to Buckingham Palace, not Highgrove, Buckingham Palace, the official royal residence, the most formal, most official, most significant venue possible, but that invitation got rescinded. Palace sources say Harry's team didn't RSVP by the deadline. Simple as that. An RSVP deadline that Palace protocol requires for security and staffing reasons. Harry's team missed it. The invitation was withdrawn. Harry's team disputes this. They told outlets that the invitation was withdrawn without proper notice. They claim Palace staff weren't clear about the deadline. They claim the communication broke down. Both versions could be true, or they both could be incomplete. What matters is this. The original invitation was to Buckingham Palace, William's palace, the seat of power where William as heir has enormous influence, and that invitation fell apart. So Charles offered the alternative. Highgrove House, his personal residence, quieter, more intimate, less official, but also less controlled by palace protocols, less under William's sphere of influence. In essence, Charles moved the reunion away from palace politics and into his personal space. He said, I will see my son and my grandchildren and I will do it on my own terms. And William responded by being somewhere else. According to palace insiders who spoke to the Express, William saw this as Charles bypassing the official process, bypassing protocol, bypassing William's own position in the family hierarchy. William is the heir. William is the future king. And his father just made a major family decision without consulting him or including him. That's the context. That's what led to the polo match. Now, here's where it gets even more complicated. And where we see the real family fracture, Kate Middleton could have shown support for Charles's reunion. She could have called Harry. She could have reached out to Meghan. She could have done anything to signal maybe it's time we tried to heal this. She didn't. According to palace insiders who spoke to the Mirror, Kate has made a deliberate choice to stay out of reconciliation efforts. She's stopped trying to mediate between William and Harry. She's stopped pushing for family peace. She's focused entirely on her own family, her health recovery, her children, Forest Lodge, her new home on the Windsor estate. Some observers frame this as Kate protecting her family, setting boundaries, prioritising her own household over royal politics. But palace insiders suggest it means something else. It means Kate has aligned with William's position. It means she agrees that reconciliation isn't possible right now. It means she's made a choice about whose side she's on. According to the Daily Mail, Kate attended the polo match with William on July 17th, the same day as the Highgrove reunion. She was visible. She was present. She was showing support for William's choice to be somewhere other than with his father and his nephew and his niece. That's a statement. That's alignment. One royal correspondent told outlets, Kate's decision to stay out of reconciliation efforts while publicly supporting William's polo attendance tells you everything you need to know about palace dynamics right now. So now you have Charles reaching out and you have William and Kate stepping back. You have a king trying to heal his family and you have his heir protecting his boundaries. The question is, can both things be true? Here's what makes this moment significant. This isn't just about one day, one polo match, one family gathering. This is about two different visions for the future of the royal family. Charles represents reconciliation, forgiveness, an aging king trying to use his remaining years to heal old wounds. He's reaching out to Harry. He's trying to include his grandchildren in the family narrative. He's saying we don't have to stay broken forever. William represents protection, boundaries, a future king protecting his own family from ongoing conflict. He's saying Harry made choices that damage this family, and until those consequences are understood, reconciliation is premature. Both positions are defensible. That's what makes this so significant. This isn't a clear villain and a clear hero. This is two versions of what the royal family should be, and they're in direct conflict. According to royal watchers who cover the palace, this could play out over months or years. Charles might continue trying to bridge the gap. William might continue resisting. The family could find middle ground. Or the fracture could widen. One palace correspondent told The Telegraph, the reunion at Highgrove was a moment, but William's absence was a message, and that message is being heard. Palace insiders say staff members are already taking sides. Some support Charles's attempt at healing. Others support William's stance on boundaries. The palace itself is fractured. And the question now is, How long can Charles maintain his reconciliation attempts if his heir refuses to participate? How long before palace protocol and William's position as future king override Charles's personal desire for family peace? That's the real story here. Not just why William stayed away, but what his absence reveals about where the royal family is headed. So let me bring this back to the beginning. King Charles extended an invitation, a real invitation, a genuine attempt to heal. He welcomed Harry to his home. He spent time with his grandchildren. He did what a father does. He tried to bridge a gap that's been widening for 18 months, but Prince William responded with absence, with a clear, deliberate choice to be somewhere else. And that absence has consequences. It signals to the entire palace that the heir does not approve. It signals to palace staff which way the power is actually flowing. It signals to Harry and Meghan that reconciliation is going to be harder than Charles's warm welcome suggested. According to palace sources, this is just the beginning. Charles will likely continue reaching out, William will likely continue resisting, and the family will continue fracturing along generational lines. The question now is, whose version of the royal family will ultimately prevail? Charles's version, where age brings wisdom and forgiveness and a desire for peace, or William's version, where boundaries matter more than reconciliation? This is the real story, not just the polo match, but the vision of the royal family's future that each man is fighting for. Here's what I want to know. Do you think William was right to stay away, or is he being stubborn? Is Charles being wise by reaching out to Harry, or is he being naive? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you think I'm missing something about what's really happening inside the palace, tell me. Subscribe so you don't miss the next update on how this family drama unfolds. Because this story is far from over.